Hey up everybody, how are you all doing? So if you're watching this video, the footage of this video is actually from a few months back. The bike is actually finished. I finished it about 4 weeks ago, something like that, 4 or 5 weeks ago I think. If you follow me on Instagram and stuff, you'll see pictures of it anyway. It just looks basically the same as it did when I bought it. Right, a bit cleaner. So I've actually been out on the bike twice now. I took it to run it in at Micklefield MX. And then I took it to Wheatley MX, formerly known as Gale Common, and I absolutely love the bike. I did take my GoPro with me, and I had a really good time at Wheatley MX. The track was fantastic, and the bike was awesome, honestly. But my GoPro footage was pointing down, so all you could see was the front mudguard. Really pissed off at that. And it was only me on the track on the last session. But anyway, my voice is going, by the way. I keep getting these germs, these baby nursery germs like that. Anyway, so I've done the electrics. I've done some work on the electrical connections, a few more updates. Done wheel bearings, swing arm bearings, stuff like that. So I'm just going to throw some footage together what I've done so far. The garage is practically finished. I'll do another video showing around the garage and showing the bike when I finish with it. I'm not going to be out for a couple of weeks, but I want to get it out to a track again, making a few alterations to the bike, the gearing, the chain sprockets, stuff like that, because I want it to actually be set up geared for the tracks that I ride, and probably jet it up again, because I've jetted it to standard. Because I've rebuilt it, just want to see where I need to go with it, and actually jetted it a little bit leaner because the engine wear and stuff. But now I'm going to go jet it richer. He wants to be a little bit richer. But the bike was amazing. I'm going to do another little video walk around it later. I'm going on anyway. Rotate.
Just like that, the garage is clear. So I've cleared the floor. I've put some sealant stuff, rubberized paint stuff in the corners, and hurt my thumb as well. Look at that bastard. So this is all swept, cleaned, ready for my vinyl to come in tomorrow. I've taken some of these up, so I'm going to put the vinyl down, then overlap it with some of these cushion foam pad things, and it will cover this floor. So it's going to get glued down, cut to shape, then that wall is going to get painted. Those cupboards may get ripped out. I'm going to put some new ones in. I'm going to put my welding bench down there and some long toolbox and other things, whatever it's going to be. Might change the lights, might some lights on the wall, electrical sockets, stuff like that. So I put some filler on the floor, spilt it actually, it's a right mess, isn't it? But this is getting covered. I can't wait. It's cleared. I've not seen that back wall since we put this garage back together. It's echoing in here now. Echoing.
Bloody well messy. So I'm just doing the wiring on the kx, so I'm going to take this all out of the block in a minute and get some nice sheathing put back on it. So what I'm doing, I've found some wiring which was damaged, just worn out, rubbed through, and I'm cleaning up any of these, resoldering these connections where these wiring terminations have been from the factory. I've cleaned those all up and soldered them. I like soldered connections a lot better. So I've extended the TPS and the fuel stop solenoid wiring, and some of this wiring here, it all gone gammy, so I've cut it back and re-terminated it, soldered it. So I've extended the wiring because when the carb is in the bike, it's a right pain in the arse to get the carburetor out because of these, to actually adjust the jet and anything like that, because these end up being tucked right under the subframe area here. They're quite short, and when you're trying to get the carburetor out, it's a right fight. You end up having to remove the seat and everything. So the wiring's extended, so this wiring will sit under here. I can disconnect it quite quickly. I did want to get like a 5-pin plug, one of these, a 5-pin, but they end up getting quite fat and look shite, so I want to get a 5-pin one, so I've only got one plug to disconnect on these, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to replace these in the future. I just don't have any connectors on me. I'm going to order some and do it later on, put some better connectors on, because these are shit, these connectors. They go all gammy and they're a pain in the ass to get apart, and they just look old anyway. So I'm going to get some better connectors and put all this, maybe, if I can, put things into one. So I've put this new sheathing on there. How I did that, these pins, these terminations, they do pop out quite easily, so you can do that. lots of people just end up wrapping tape around it and stuff, but it looks a bit crap, doesn't it? So I'm going to show you just quickly how to do that. I've removed these connectors. I'll keep these anyway because it's not in that bad condition, just a bit dirty. Right, so please excuse the bad cinematography, as I do say. I've got a really shitty tripod for my for my phone. So right, where am I? Let me start again. Right, so inside these connectors, you have this plug in there. I'm not going to stick it all the way in. I think that's the wrong way around, actually. Here it is. Right, so your connector will be like that. Literally pull it out, bastard. Pull it out of there, then you can access your pins. Let's have a look. You can just see that because the light is pretty shit, isn't it? So pull on the back of them. All you do with these, literally pull down, it comes out just like that. So what you're doing is you're pulling down on that pin and removing it. There's a little, you can just see it on there. The light's pretty shit. You can just see those little clips in there, hopefully. So next one, obviously write down your colour code. I have. Write down the colour code of where they all go, the wires. So again, I'll try and do it a little bit more surgically. So I'm going to push down. Let me try and get a better angle for you. The light is rubbish. So I'm just going to pull down that pin and pull it out. Just like that. You can do it with your fingers. Select a new one. Pull down. There we go. You can pull down them all if you want. And they'll all come out just like that. So now I can clean that up. Get my new bit of heat shrink sheathing. I've cut one to length, I think that's the one there, and just simply put all those inside it, and just like this. And there we go. All I have to do then is to re-terminate these back into the block. They'll just clip in, sorry. I'll re-terminate these back into this block. They'll just simply clip back in, and you're good to go. Alright, so I'm going to clean that up and do that. Alright, so this CDI or ECU connector, I've started pulling these out. So if you just look in there, I'll point out. I was trying to look through the camera as well, that's a bit odd this. There's a little plastic tab just on here. So if you lift that up, put some tension on the wire. If I simply lift that up, it pulls out just like that. You can buy these connectors, by the way, as well. If you want to re-terminate them. Come on, you devil. There we go. And you can also buy this connector block. There's different types of them. I don't really know what this one's called, but I have bought them in the past. You can get these connector blocks. It's not specific to a Kawasaki or anything like that, or a dirt bike. It looks a lot better when you've got, I think, wiring, harnesses, neatly bound, and freaking insulation tape around them. And obviously again I've wrote down these colour codes and taken a picture of it before I took it apart, so know where they all go. Scary stuff, isn't it? Get this wrong, you're buggered. Right, that's all out, ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to get some sheathing on here, which is here, and make that look nice and neat. Alright, so I've opted for grey heat shrink, just be a little bit different. So I've put all my wiring in, last one, sorry I'm knocking the camera all over, terrible now. So the last one, make sure it's the right way around. You can see there where the little tags are, whatever they're called. Just go to the bottom, and all I simply do is push it in until it clicks. Click, just like that, and it's all in.
There you go. Next last thing is this little thing here, carrier, little plastic retainer thing goes in there, and that's it, all done. So it's going to heat shrink that, make it all nice and neat, and continue. Right then, bench is all tidy. Let's have a look at the bike. You know, it's just going to be too pretty to ride this, isn't it? I'm going to cover it in cling film and stuff like that, I think, and when I take it out on the track. But I'm quite excited now. It's been a long time. Slow build, this slow, and it's coming together now. So I'm just throwing things back on. I've not even ordered a spark plug, so I've just ordered myself a new spark plug and a chain slider and stuff like that, and a chain. So I forgot about those things. Air filter, I need an air filter, a new one as well. But the wiring, let's have a look. You can see it from there. So I've got that in. Looks nice and neat now. My connectors are under there, so they're easy to get to if I want to get the carb out. I did want to, like I said, put them into one, so I could clip it onto here. I've got two, so I'll just place them under there and they'll sit nice and firm. I've used these rubber ties as well, just to the factory for Ducatis. These I've got quite a few of them, a box of them, and they're good for tying your cables back. They're very robust, because I don't like tie wraps on bikes. You know, you cut your hands on and stuff like that, but they look a bit cheap, so I've even put one down there on the stator harness. So around here, I need to bolt that on as well. And this, I want this actually painting in that colour to match it, because I don't like it in black. I can't, it's Cerakote, but I can't be arsed doing that. So I might send it to somebody. I don't know who's best at doing it, but I'm going to send it to someone for it doing. I just love that colour, it looks a lot better. Same with the, I'm going to get a Boyson cover for the stator side as well. Yeah, so it's all alright. Tyres look pretty good for me anyway. It's clean and mean and on the theme. Oh yeah, right. Into some of you, this garage looks a little bit different in here, doesn't it? So I've almost finished with it now. I think anything else I'm going to do with the garage is just decoration and stuff like that. I'm not going to do too much. I've got some mats coming, some Kawasaki mats coming, stuff like that, some Kawasaki stuff. Got my Kawasaki body warmer on here. Look, the parks. I'm a Kawasaki man. This back room here, I'm going to show you my back room. Was going to do a full garage tour video, but it doesn't matter. I don't know if anyone's interested anyway. So yeah, let's just start. So I'm gonna run some more electrical wiring. I've got all my TV and things hooked up on an extension at the moment. I need to fit a plug down there, another socket over there behind the Tommy Sale shirt, and a couple over here. I'm just gonna run some conduit, I think, maybe some stainless conduit around. I was going to get rid of this chair that I made, but I'm going to keep hold of it because it looks quite cool. I've got Arnold there, Commando, on guard. Got my plants from IKEA. Needed a few little plants in here. I've got all my shirts up. I haven't really decorated my shelves yet. I've got my Spectrum there, my fast bike videos. That was the first fast bike video that I bought. And I got all of these from down in Sherburn Helmet, those shop, little motorbike shop near traffic lights at Sherburn Helmet years ago. I got them from there. Got me racing at Farleigh Castle. Got me crashing at Farleigh Castle. This one's signed by Chad Reed and Brad Anderson, because they were both racing there in the same race. This was the Room of Doom, wasn't it? If you remember it quite some time ago, if you're familiar. If you're a regular on the channel, it was quite a messy place, weren't it? And I kept saying I want to do this back room out, but I started doing the back room out. The back room looked better than the front room, so I thought I'm going to do the front room out as well. And I was sick to death of this horrible floor. It's cars that ruin the floor. I've had cars in here, vans in here, what I've been working on, and they just destroy the floor completely. Oil and grease and shit coming down. So none of that anymore. If I do bring a car or my van in here to work on it, I'm going to put something down so I don't muck it all up anyway. These are very important for locking your throttle cable in your carb top. That little thing there, that little clip, you can get those from Kawasaki still, and I think lots of people don't realise that. And nearly every Kawasaki, every KX I've come across when I've worked or restored, they've never had those in. Apart from my 99 one, believe it or not. Not had them in, they've had tie-ups or rubber bands around there. O-rings and shit. So you can get them, and they're very inexpensive. About, you know, I think about £1 or something like that for 3 or something. So make sure you get them. I've put in I've brought a brand new old stock carb top. I'm having trouble with the throttle cable, with the original cable as well. The throttle seemed to be a little bit stiff and snatchy. It was something on the other one, something in there. I don't know what it was. I tried clearing it all out, but there's something in there which is snagging the throttle cable and making it feel a bit heavy. It's a lot better with that on now, a new cable. So right, I'm gonna get that on now.
Right, thank you for watching. That's the end of this video. I didn't show you my cool lights, did I? Let's have a look. You can see I am a Kawasaki fan, a big Kawasaki fan. So my cool lights, I forgot to mention about these. Look at them, aren't they cool? So these, I got them, I can't remember if I got them off eBay or something like that now. They're easy to fit, but hard to get going when you first start off. So, I should have done a video out of these. So you basically got to, I laid them out on the floor and measured where they need to go, because if you fit these tubes individually and they're screwed, let's have a look. Where's the freaking screw point? And just there, look, so there's a little screw in there, and you fit them into these. Actually, these slot into those, I don't know what the hell they're called, connectors. So the tubes actually slot in there, and that diverts the power. It's conductors, you see. So they're easy to fit once you get going, but you got to make sure that the first one is bloody straight. If not, the whole thing will go on the piss. So what I did was actually laid several of them out and just measured the distance from the wall. I knew I'm got a good starting point then. I can't remember if I actually fitted the whole thing. I think I built the whole thing on the floor like that, and then measured it all out, my distance from my sides, and then fitted it. So you just got to get the first ones right. Unless there's another way of doing this, I don't know. I didn't look on YouTube or anything, I just went for it. So get your first one right, otherwise, like I said, you can build the whole thing, it'll go on the piss like that, it looks stupid, but they're really cool, aren't they? They're really good. Yeah, okay. Check out my little Farley Castle, Fox Hills VMXDN 2025 cups here. Good Mike Brown, the legendary Mike Brown there. When at a glance, I thought this was actually my bike. I thought it was Tommy, and it's actually Mike Brown there. They should have done a Tommy one as well, you know, that'd be pretty good as well. So it'll go with the bike, but backyard design stickers, got these with my backyard design graphics. Love these, love backyard design. The stuff that the bikes they do are absolutely incredible. Right, so that's the end of it today, and I've stripped the 250 and the 125. The frame's been modified on 125. That's gone away. The casings have been vapor blasted, sandblasted, vapor blasted, and repaired and stuff like that. So I'm going to be building the 125 and the 250. I'm not going to be doing any videos on that. I might just do a couple of them. I don't know. See the progress videos, but I'm not going to do any like how-tos or nothing like that. Okay. So anyway, I want to get out riding and have some fun. Okay. See you in a bit.